Alright guys, so I'm going to be telling you how not to do outreach. I'm going to show you all the messages that I get and I'm going to explain to you why they're crap. So basically I'm going to explain in this video the mistakes people make, what they're doing wrong, why it won't work and what they should do instead. I own Apex Setting, my name's Adam. We source, let me get a highlighter for this. We source, interview, hire, train and manage thousands of appointment setters. I've been in the appointment setting industry since 2019, so I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm going to show you the message. I've blocked the people's info out because I'm not trying to show you who they are, but I'm going to show their message and talk to you, tell you why it's shit. And if you're watching this, yeah, enjoy. Hi Adam, saw your posts on building systems before hiring setters. I handle the execution for agency owners in London who want to deploy capital into managed Amazon stores that run as a separate system. Worth a brief chat? So first of all, there's multiple mistakes here. First of all, he has assumed, well, he hasn't exactly assumed I'm looking to do this, but he's looking for people who want to do this. So rather than asking if I want to do this, because clearly I have no intention of it, and he doesn't know who I am, what he should have done and what he should have said is that you're an agency owner. I think you would be interested in managing an Amazon store that runs as a separate business. Here's why I think it's a good idea. Here's why you should think about having this business. And this is why it works as an agency owner. And this is why it's the best thing for you to start. As you can see here, he says, I help professionals build, blah, 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 Amazon store. So he should tell me why it's a good idea. Not ask me, am I trying to make an Amazon store? Am I interested? I'm not interested, right? I definitely don't want to chat. And also another mistake, he saw my post apparently on building systems, but it has nothing to do with this. It's just like he said it just to add something relevant, right? Some relevant information, which is bullshit. And also, it's very wordy. It's very wordy. I handle the execution for agency owners in London who want to deploy capital into managed Amazon stores that run as a separate system. Just why does it have to be so wordy? I know what it says, but I don't. When I'm reading it, it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm like a little bit dumb. I'm definitely not, but maybe I am, right? And when I'm reading it, my brain is like, what? Why is it so like wordy? It needs to be simple. He should have said something like, my name is such and such. I saw you're an agency owner. I know when you run an agency, it takes a lot of time. And if you're looking to add another income stream, I would suggest an Amazon store. I know how you can manage it as an agency owner without investing too much time into it, maybe 5 hours a week max. I know 10 other agency owners who do it. This is the revenue they're making. And this is how you would start. Is this something you're interested in? Either I'm just, very good at outreach, which I am, or this guy's not very good. And they're both true, right? He should have said that to me rather than this. Anyway, next, this is another chap here, founder, whatever, it's 300 business owners apparently. Hey Adam, hope you're well. Quick one, are you happy with how your sales calls are converting? Or is that something you're actively trying to improve? If so, can I steal 2 minutes to explain? This isn't too bad because he's asking me a question. Am I happy with my results? Am I trying to improve it? But everyone's asking me this. This isn't a very standout message. It's a good, okay 4 out of 10 message. But everyone's asking this. Am I trying to improve? Well, of course I am. Am I trying to increase in some way? Of course. And he said, if so, can I steal 2 minutes? No. I think if he said, in my opinion, let's read it again. Quick one. Are you happy with how your sales calls are converting right now? Is that something you want to improve? If he said something to me like, are you happy with how your sales calls are converting? Most people make these mistakes. You're an agency owner, so most agency owners I spoke to make these mistakes. If you do happen to make one of these mistakes on a list of 10 things you might mention, here's what you should do instead. Basically give me some free value to show why this guy is the real deal. and then when I read through that, either through text, through video, I can say, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. And then he can say, instead of asking for 2 minutes of my time, because I'm busy, he can say, ask me another follow-up question to say something like, oh, how many clients have you signed this month? And do you have space to do more sales calls? Something like that. Okay, so it needs to be simplified. Anyway, next. Hi, Adam. Hope you are doing well and well. Don't know what that means. I am contacting you to see if you would like to design your website at the lowest possible cost. If you would like to design your website, that doesn't make sense. And I also have a website already. Creating a completely amazing new website design, redesign, maintenance, dynamic, the hell, e-commerce, I don't do e-commerce, Shopify, I don't do Shopify, so you've not looked up what I do. This is a bot message from someone who's just spamming. Please let me know what your exact requirements and whether you are available for a quick phone call. No way. Or would you like to schedule a virtual Zoom call at your convenience? Thanks/regards. I know this is spam, and I get it if you're spamming. At least make it better. Right? But I wouldn't suggest spamming. The mistakes here there's dozens of mistakes, so I'm just going to mention a few. First of all, you've done no research to see what I sell. You've mentioned e-commerce and Shopify. I don't do anything close to that. You're checking to see if I want a website design. I already have a website if you looked at my profile. And your English is not very good. Please let me know your exact requirements. Why are you assuming I want to make a website? And why are you assuming I have requirements? I already have a website, I'm happy. And overall, just an underwhelming, poor message. You've not even included anything about yourself, any screenshots of websites you've designed, any links, nothing. So you don't deserve any more criticism. Next. Hello, Adam. Greetings from Entrepreneur Mirror. Okay, I'm not interested already. We are inviting selected professionals to be featured in our upcoming edition, Top 10 Visionary Leaders Drawing Glow. What? You're stupid. Anyway, there's no profile photo, so you're already discarded. Your work and professional achievement stood out to our team, and we would love to highlight your journey and insights. What journey, what insights? The package includes complete editorial support. What are you talking about? Online publication and digital promotion. No thanks. Participation fee. You can go F yourself. You can view one of our previous editions here. No. Let me know if you would like to receive more details. So this person must be the most stupid person alive, because not only are they asking for money on the first message, which you don't do, they are telling me something I don't know anything about or never heard of, and that's fine, but they're not even educated me correctly. They're not showing me any pictures, any videos, any links apart from this one. And they have no picture. So how can I trust this person? And they're saying they're inviting me. They've not listed anything about me. So this could be sent to 1,000 people. They've not mentioned anything about me. Apparently they like my journey, but they've not mentioned anything. So you get immediately discarded. I'm not going to give you any more criticism. Okay, here's another real dude. Adam, hey, hope you're doing good. Cheers. I know you'll probably get a ton of messages on here, so I'll keep it quick. Oh, please do. Would you be open to an extra 10 to 30 qualified sales calls per month? Completely done for you. Who else is going to be done for? If you don't get results, you don't pay. How many people have sent me this message? Who's going to fall for this message? The only people that are going to fall for this message are low-level agencies. I'm not a low-level agency. And I see the bullshit, right? I've been sending messages for multiple different businesses over multiple years, since 2018. I've coached people on how to send messages. I've coached people on appointment setting. I've coached appointment setters. I've trained appointment setting teams. I see the bullshit immediately. And with this message right here, He's told me he can get me 10 to 30, which 30 other people have told me they can do. Everyone sends this message, but he hasn't told me how he's going to do it. He hasn't even given me an insight. He hasn't given me a tip. He hasn't given me a trick. He hasn't given me some value, insight, nothing. He hasn't educated me. He's assuming that I know less than him because he has the knowledge that I want. By him saying that he can help me, he's saying he has more knowledge than me, right? Obviously. Why would I pay someone who has less? That's fine. He can have more knowledge, but at least demonstrate it. Don't message me again. Next, Adam, been following what you're doing at Apex. 6+ years in the setter space. Clearly, you've cracked something that works. Yeah, I have. Thanks for brushing my ego. Quick thought. Are you mainly focused on scaling your own client list right now, or are you exploring ways to partner with other agencies doing similar work? Why would it only be between these two? I get the little tactic of like saying choose A or B, and then they are forced to make a choice, and then they correct you, and then they might say C that you've not written, but they might. I get all that, but why these two specifically? Are these two of your services? Do you hire a service with partnering, and do you help people with getting more clients, and you help people with partnering? I don't quite understand. Also, yes, you mentioned what I've done for 6 years, but you've not mentioned anything else. Quick thought. Are you mainly focused? Why do you care? What are you offering me? Everyone's offering something and you're just pretending to chat. I don't want to pretend to chat. I don't want someone who's pretending to chat with me. I want someone to just say, here's a thing that can benefit you. Here's why I think it can benefit you. Here's how it's benefited other people. Here's my explanation on how. Include screenshots, include photos, include videos, links, whatever. Not this crap. Next. Hey Adam, I just pulled 10 qualified calls and 1 close in 30. Hey Adam, I just pulled 10 qualified calls. Pulled, okay, what does that mean? And 1 close in 35 days for a client like you. It's not very good. I'm looking for 1 more business to run this for. You want the calls, or is your calendar already full? So in 35 days, you got 10 calls and 1 close. I mean, that's fine for a beginner business owner who needs 1 client, but it doesn't really help me much with my business. So you're assuming that I need 1 person and 10 qualified calls. You've not explained how. You've not explained what you would do. You've not explained the process behind it. You've not given me any information so that I can trust you. Everyone says they can get me clients and no one explains how. So if you want to get clients, you have to tell them how. Don't be afraid to give the information away. Just tell them how you're going to do it, because I can't trust you. Why would I trust? I don't want to take the time out of the day to ask how. You should already send it to me already. So yeah, you have to say how you're going to do something, because if you don't, then how can I know you know what you're talking about? Everyone's telling me they can get results. But anyway, this is my business. Basically, I help coaches and agencies to consistently book calls, fill your calendar with qualified, high intent prospects ready to talk, so you never have to chase leads. This is what we do. So we look at your traffic, we look at the people that you talk to, the people you talk to who comment on your posts, like your posts, people who are inquiring that you're currently talking to. We pick up those conversations and then we turn them into qualified sales calls. So let me go back to my board here to remind you, we source, interview, hire, train and manage thousands of appointment setters. So we talk to thousands of appointment setters, we interview them all, we find the best ones, then we put them into your business. So if you're trying to scale with appointment setters, let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.